In fact, what they are saying is that you are the vast ocean of consciousness that is appearing in this human form. We begin by taking a very ordinary experience. If you want, you can do this yourself while you are watching this video. Before the example, we need to understand two simple concepts. First, what knowledge or knowing something means. At a very fundamental level, knowledge simply means a relationship between a subject and an object. When you say you know something, let's say you know how to solve a math problem, that knowledge exists because you are the subject and the math concept you know is the object in the situation. Second, what is an experience? An experience can be simply defined as consciousness plus an object. Here we consider consciousness or awareness, that is you as the subject. For example, let's say you go for skydiving. Here, consciousness, that is you, are the subject, and the activity of skydiving is the object that makes up your experience. So far so good, right? Hold on. Here's where things start to get really interesting. An example. You see a flower, a rose. You see that the rose petals are red in color. You see that it looks beautiful. You smell that it has a nice fragrance. You touch and feel that it is soft and tender. Some people even drink rose water. At that time, they're tasting the rose petals. When you see a flower, there's no question of the subject. You are the subject. But the only object involved in this situation is the seeing of the flower. There is no separate object called as a flower that is your experience. It is only the act of sensing, seeing, touching, hearing, smelling, tasting that exists, not the object itself. Ask yourself this question: is there an object called flower apart from the seeing of the flower? Is there an object called flower which says, hey, I'm a flower, but I'm different from your seeing the flower? This will take a little time to get used to, but give it a try, I insist. When you sense something, the sensing of that object is the object, which in this case is not the rose, but seeing, smelling, touching or tasting the rose. The second important point here is that the seeing of the flower is only inside your own awareness. Because you are aware of seeing the flower, you see it. Without awareness, as in when you are asleep, you cannot see the flower. Seeing the flower is like a picture running on the screen of your awareness. Just as the movie does not exist outside of the movie screen, the seeing of the flower does not exist apart from awareness. Going back to the idea of senses, let's say there is a person who cannot see and smell. That is, they lack their sense of sight and smell. Until you, who can see and smell the rose, tell that person that hey, there is a rose in front of you, they will never know, right? And because that person will never know that there is a rose, for him, it is as good as the rose not existing, right? Meaning to say, like the rose, every other thing in your life, living or non-living, that you experience as a subject is only made possible because of your sensing of those things. And that is the object of your experience, not the things themselves. Therefore, in every experience, all that you, consciousness, are experiencing is yourself, consciousness. Because nothing happening for you is happening outside of your awareness, outside of your consciousness. Consciousness experiences consciousness. We feel only ourselves. And this is what the Vedantas talk about when they say there is one eternal, blissful existence called Brahman, that is consciousness. This is also what the Guru Granth Sahib talks about when it starts with Ik Oankar Satnam. There is just one and its name is truth. And that one did not create everything. Rather, that one, call it consciousness, awareness, manifests itself in the many. It appears as the many. It is operating through you and everything around you. Hence, these schools of thought invert this idea on its head that you as a human being are a small person consisting of just flesh and bones in this vast universe. In fact, what they are saying is that you are the vast ocean of consciousness that is appearing in this human form. Everything else that you see in this world is that pure consciousness appearing in different forms, and that makes up your world. I learned about this concept while watching a video of Swami Sarvapariyananda on freedom on their YouTube channel Vedanta New York. He says that when Swami Vivekananda was asked to choose between the two schools of thoughts, that of scientific materialism and that of spirituality, he chose spirituality. The reason Swami Vivekananda cited was nobody has ever experienced matter outside of himself or herself. I've never met a man who can jump outside his body and experience something. Do check out that video, I will link it in the description box below. Lastly, if you found this video helpful, please like this video, comment your thoughts and share it with a friend of yours whom you feel will benefit from watching it. This is because these are forms of engagement, and more engagement sends a signal to the YouTube algorithm that the content is good and hence should be promoted on the platform. So if you like this video and want to see more of my content, please do that. Also feel free to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you, my friend, can get notified the next time I upload a video to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Peace.